The next section of our analysis tools is to look at our scorecard, the questions and scorecard phrases associated with that question. So what you're able to do is you're able to look at the question, see if the answer is correct, and have a look whether the score phrases are being used correctly against the question in order to provide the correct answer. Now the thing is, which scorecard are you going to use and where are you able to select your different scorecards? At the moment we have selected the scorecard that has just got the name UK. To select a different scorecard, all you need to do is scroll up in your call details page to the section that is marked quality assurance. So for this particular card you move to the right and click on its circumflex, revealing its contents. And to the right of the quality assurance is a complete evaluations card that has been rendered. And underneath this are all the different scorecards that have been applied to this particular call. And you are now able to go and select different scorecards against which you'd like to do an evaluation. So for example, let's go and click on the RSA scorecard. And once you click on that RSA scorecard, you can scroll back down to the bottom and go to the analysis tools section, and you will now see that the RSA scorecard has been selected. Notice too that the very first question is rendered for the scorecard as well as how it was answered. And then underneath this are the scorecard phrases relating to this question. And these are all the phrases that will be applied to your transcript in order to determine whether this particular answer was answered correctly or not. A very useful feature is looking at each phrase. To the right is the hit rate of that phrase. So those phrases that have a very low hit rate, in other words 0% across all calls that apply this particular scorecard, means that this particular phrase really isn't doing any good, so you can remove it. However, if you have a higher hit rate, for example this one over here, 42%, it means that 42% of the calls had this particular call phrase hit in it. So the whole idea of this is you might listen to the call and you might decide, hang on, a corporate greeting was used, why is the answer no? You can then look at the transcript and you might notice that the words used when using the corporate greeting are not actually appearing in the phrase list. So what you're able to do is you're able to go ahead and add those words to this phrase list. So for instance, they may use the word may I help you. So you could have said may help tilde to, which means now that I can use the sentence may I help you, may you be helped, may we help you, or any of those combinations. The word may help will be detected, and then if it detects those words, it will then say, the corporate greeting was used, so the answer is yes. So once you've entered in what word phrases you're wanting to add to your scorecard, you may then add them to the scorecard. And then when the call is executed and the scorecard is applied to the call, then that word phrase will then be applied against the scorecard as part of the marking process. Please note, as you add the new word phrases now, it's not retrospective. It's from this point onwards, or the point at which you've added those word phrases onwards, that those phrases will be used.